Hey guys, in this week's video, we're going to walk through a trade from start to finish, the entry, the exit, the targets, how we kind of, basically handled this trade. This was our first closed trade of the year for our market timing service where we focus on swing trading options. So let's go ahead and just jump into the chart. I want to kind of show you how this trade worked out. So first of all, the trade was on Citigroup, ticker symbol C. And if I just kind of zoom out on the daily chart here, I have the daily chart on my left and the 30-minute chart on the right, which we'll look at in a little bit. But basically, Citigroup was in a pretty bullish trend. It was breaking out to new highs. And the trade we took was right on this little pullback in here, right at the last trading day of the year, which was December 31st. So you can see, on the daily chart, we had a nice kind of breakout, and we were kind of consolidating here, and we were looking for kind of a bull flag breakout. Now, the other thing that was going on, don't forget, was the fiscal cliff talk. So there was a lot of kind of anxiety in the market. Are they going to come up with a deal? Are they not going to come up with a deal? We pretty much stuck to the technicals on this, and it definitely paid off for us. So again, we were consolidating here on the daily chart. We ended up popping up. So our entry, though, was based off the 30-minute chart. So I'm going to kind of open this up a little bit. Let me zoom out. And you can see basically this was Monday the 30th, the 31st of 2012. And you can see that for entry, we used the 30-minute chart and the squeeze indicator. And the squeeze indicator, you can see it entered the squeeze here late that morning and started to kind of turn back up. And if I kind of zoom in here, let me see if I can zoom in so you can really see this. You can see that the squeeze intraday went from red, the oscillator went back to yellow and started crossing back above the zero line, and eventually that squeeze fired off long. And so we entered the trade right around that lunchtime hour. We bought some Citigroup calls, and then we held those over New Year's Day and into the second of the year, or the January 2nd of 2013. And so basically we all know now, hindsight, they averted the fiscal cliff. We got a nice pop here, and then we took some profits here, and then we took some profits at a second target. So let's look back at the daily chart, and let me tell you kind of how and why we took our profits. So we had already entered the trade, and what we were looking for is a move higher. And if I use some simple Fibonacci techniques here, before we had this move from this low to this high, and this low was December 4th. We had that move up to December 7th. We consolidated a little bit. We got to the 27 extension, and we got to the 618 extension, and then we kind of consolidated back. So, at this point, Citigroup is sort of respecting the fibs, as we say. So the next move was this move higher, and this move was from December 14th to December 20th. You zoom in a little bit, and you can see we were kind of pulling back, and this is where we took our entry off the 30-minute chart. Once we got to the 27 extension, which was that first trading day of the year, January 2nd, we took half our profits. This was a 40% gain in basically 2 days. There was no trading on New Year's Day, but essentially 2 trading days, 40% gain. 2 days later, we reached that 618 extension. We took the rest off for a 60% gain. You can see the 618 is basically held pretty well. It's trading above that 618 extension slightly, so we didn't get out at the exact top, but nobody ever does. But those are, I just want to kind of show you why we got out, how we entered, and hopefully that'll help you guys with your trading. So if you're interested in learning more about the squeeze indicator, which is what we take a lot of our entries on in the service, go ahead and click below, and you'll be taken to our registration page where you can get instant access to our resource center. And this is what the MTS service looks like on the inside. And you can see we have a whole series of videos that talks about the multiple time frame analysis, talks about how we use the waves indicator, the squeeze indicator, and those bands you saw on the chart. But basically the squeeze indicator video is right here. You'll get instant access to this. And you scroll down, you have a video on that. So consider taking the trial if you want more information on this, and click the button below, and we'll see you guys on the inside.